is a realistic look at the September jobs report and the Federal Reserve dilemma, right? The September jobs report delivered a dose of optimism, revealing a net gain of 254,000 jobs, a number that not only exceeded expectations but also reignited discussions about the health and trajectory of the US economy. Now, this strong labor market performance seemingly moves the economy further than the shadows of recession and suggests possibility of a soft landing, or maybe there's no landing at all. It's just good. However, upon deeper analysis, the picture becomes more complicated, raising questions about how sustainable this growth is and what it means for the Federal Reserve policy. Now, why do I bring this up? Not long ago, we had a revision in the jobs, and it wasn't a small revision, it was a huge revision. And that's why looking into in another month's time, we'll be having the US elections, and you can never know because jobs numbers is so massaged nowadays. So we have to really deep dive into it to look and really understand, and that's the purpose of today's sharing. So let's look at the jobs first. Overall, how is it like? Is it really for real this time? That kind of thing. So the good news about the strong jobs growth, the headline figures from the Bureau of Labor Statistics paint a rosy picture, an unexpected large increase in jobs and a slight decline in the unemployment rate from 4.2 to 4.1. Now, this performance represents the largest monthly jobs growth since March, seemingly breaking a downward trend that began in April. The upbeat data quickly shifted market expectations, suggesting that the Fed might ease the pace of its previously aggressive interest rate cut. Now, in response to the positive labor report, market report, the Federal Reserve now appears more open to reducing the pace of rate cuts. And that was reiterated by the Fed previously. Also, the Fed Governor Jerome Powell has mentioned that we are in no hurry. Okay, so market expectations have adjusted to reflect more modest quarter point reductions in November and December rather than continuation of larger cuts seen earlier this year. Now, just to give you an idea, the expectation from the CME was actually a 75 basis point rate cut, whereas if you look at the Fed's announcement, they are talking about a 25-25 kind of thing, as opposed to the CME thinking that either one November or December you have a 50 and then the other one is 25 basis point that turns to 75, right? So those are things that we need to contemplate and know. So that is one. Next part here, this is what I feel, because like I said, told you guys earlier, this jobs number is pretty massaged, and we have to be very, very careful dealing with numbers that is being massaged. So where the skepticism arises, I'm talking about the mixed signals that we are getting. Now, despite the positive surface level data, there are reasons to approach the report with caution. A deeper dive reveals that much of the jobs growth is concentrated in sectors such as food services, healthcare, and government, industries that have been direct beneficiaries of fiscal stimulus. Now, this sector-specific boost might not indicate widespread economic strength. Okay, I don't think that the government or the healthcare or the food services that can really contribute a lot to the overall US economy, to push it up to levels where everybody's going to say, wow. Okay. Now, it could be that the robust job numbers are masking underlying vulnerabilities in other parts of the economy, such as manufacturing and technology, which have experienced lower growth. And if you know, AI is being the flavor of the years and years ahead, right? So I think if you want to talk about really things that can contribute to the economy, we need to talk about tech. You can't run away from that. Now, the Fed might have based its rate cut decisions, the 50 basis point, on this underlying weakness in these areas rather than the overall jobs growth figure, right? Moreover, the labor market is often a lagging indicator of economic health. The strong jobs numbers may reflect conditions from several months ago rather than the current or future realities. Now, in contrast, the Federal Reserve's policy decisions often consider forward-looking indicators like inflation expectations, consumer spending trends, and global market dynamics. Thus, while the labor market appears healthy, underlying vulnerabilities could still justify the Fed's earlier aggressive rate cut. Okay, so at the end of the day, in conclusion, I would suggest that we proceed with cautious optimism. I wouldn't say that it's no good. You know, good numbers are good numbers. If they want to massage it, they do it. So far, the market is doing quite well. We have the GDP at 3% for the US. So that's the reason why I said, so far it's okay. Economy is back on track so far in the US. So we can proceed, but with cautious optimism. So in summary, while the September jobs report provides a welcome boost to economic sentiment, its sector-specific nature and potential data revisions that hopefully we don't get suggest that caution is still warranted. Now, the Federal Reserve's actions, though seemingly at odds with the jobs data, might reflect a broader concern about the economy's future trajectory. As it is in the months ahead, the focus will likely shift towards analyzing how these conflicting signs evolve and how they influence the Fed's decision. This is key to ensuring that the optimism is tempered by an awareness of challenges that may still lie ahead. Okay, so with that, that's the report for today. Let's jump into the charts.